Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about faith and works and how to apply them properly in your life. So I was one of many who would read Faith Without Works is Dead and only really focus on the work part, putting in work to fulfill ourselves and to fulfill our, desires in lives and what we want. And, God has revealed to me that this is not the mindset that he wants us to be in. And, I'm going to talk about what he wants us to do through my own personal experience. So, in a moment in my life, I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to make my own natural skincare products. And I was really excited about this journey because I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to make my own hours. I wanted to make my own money and make lots of it. Okay. I wanted to make a name for myself. What led me to wanting to do this was, this generation, we're on a different path of not working in corporate offices, but having ownership and making our own businesses, which is a good thing. But, in my life, God has helped me to realize that, when I took this journey, my faith wasn't in him, but my faith was more in my own hands and in my own ideas. And, after this realization, God pulled me out of the business. And now this is going to lead me to reading Luke 9:23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. So God made me realize that I was not denying myself. If anything, I was denying him because I wasn't being obedient to his will over my life. I fell off and, just decided to do my own thing, and he wasn't pleased with that. So God helped me to realize in this moment that I need to deny myself and my own desires and, be obedient to the will that he has over my life. And, sometimes we think that, oh, God doesn't know what we want. If we choose to walk with him or, just to how can I say, just to choose the life that he wants for us, that we're not going to be happy, we're not going to have joy, when really, actually, we're wrong. And I'm going to talk about that at the end. And God, he wasn't telling me that oh, I shouldn't do the businesses. He wasn't saying no, he was just saying not yet. God, he is more focused on your character, he is more focused on your salvation before anything, before any kind of, business you create or what kind of job you have or career. He's more focused on your character and salvation because that's what's going to get you into heaven, not the kind of career you have, so, and that comes in as putting faith first. You have to put faith first. And this leads me into Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So, when I was creating this business, I wasn't really seeking God the way I needed to. I wasn't really depending on God the way I needed to. And that's one of the reasons why he pulled me out. I just feel like my intentions weren't in the right place because I wanted to make a name for myself. I wanted to make money. I wanted to be well known, and that's he didn't like that, and once I stopped making the business, I was lost. When I tell you I was lost, because I was for sure that was it. I was for sure that was it. And in this process, in a 2-month process, God was really breaking me and sending me. He was molding me and forming me and planting seeds in me. And in this period, he was developing me to have faith in him and trust in him, because faith is first, and then another 7 months later, he put me back into the workforce. I was working at Chipotle, and then left Chipotle and went to work at a preschool. And these definitely weren't careers that I wanted for myself. But, I decided, hey, in that 2 month period when I was so lost, I decided that, okay, I'm going to depend on the Lord. And I was actually forced to depend on the Lord because I didn't know what to do at that point. I really didn't. I thought that was it, the business. And when I realized that that wasn't it, I was like, okay, Lord, what do I do now? Okay. So, even though he brought me back to Chipotle, because I used to work at Chipotle when I was in college, he brought me back. I didn't even, man, I tell you, I used to say, oh, I'm never going back to Chipotle. He brought me back, and I was like, okay. But I decided, hey, I'm just going to have faith. I'm going to be obedient to him and, just see where this takes me. That really taught me to have faith in him, guys. God will guide you to, opportunities and to do things that we don't want to do, but later on we see the benefit of, okay, I see why you sent me there. Okay, I see why you sent me there. So next time I'm not going to even question it. I'm going to just go and do it. Okay. And that's what he taught me. Okay. And the more that I trusted in him, the more that he guided me, and I had more joy. Even though sometimes it'll be hard, I had more joy. I was able to, search for the good, and searching for the good became easier and easier and easier. you know I also, learn to put in work wherever God takes you. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's not a situation that we want to be in, a career that we want to be in, God put you there for a reason. So still put in work, whether it's a big opportunity or a small opportunity, still put in that work like you're working for Christ. Think of it like that. Like, Christ is your boss. Don't think about the actual earthly boss that you have, but think about Christ as your boss. Like, okay, I need to work for Christ, you know? And even in these, opportunities, hey, you could still be a light. Just think about it like that. He might send you there not only to mold you and form you, but to also help somebody. You just never know, you know? So I'm going to talk a little bit about Chipotle and the preschool that I was working at and what I learned. Chipotle, I learned to, again, work hard. That's a big thing that I had to learn, because sometimes I can be a little lazy, but Chipotle, I really had to work hard. And when I was working there, I didn't know where God was going to take me afterwards. So I was like, okay, I don't want to stay as a crew member, so I'm going to work up to management, and I tried my best. I tried my best, to work hard and also just be a positive light in the workforce, And when I decided to put in my 2 weeks, because God guided me to working at the preschool, it was just out of nowhere. Like, it was like a voice that I heard in my ear was like, okay, apply at a preschool. And when I decided to put in my 2 weeks, because I got the job, that was the same day that they were going to promote me to service manager. And I was like, wow, okay. So if I would have stayed here, my dreams, my desires would have been fulfilled, and I was honored. I was, really joyful that they were going to promote me. But I just realized, okay, God doesn't want me to stay here. This is not where my purpose lies. This is not where it ends for me, so that was just a moment, so I went to the preschool, and man, when I tell you, yeah, I did like that I wasn't working in food, and I didn't come home smelling like Chipotle and was like sweaty and things. But when I tell you, fulfilling my duties was a lot harder. And when you're working with kids, I mean, the liability, the notch is higher, because you're working with other people's kids, so I was just doing my best to fulfill my duties. And in that job, I learned to be determined to fulfill my duties, and just to persevere even when times get hard, man. When your boss is getting on your last nerve, you're just like, lady, can you please just get out of my ear? Can you please get out of my face? Okay. It just taught me to just persevere and just do your job. Just think about, hey, I'm working for Christ and not for you, boo-boo. Okay. And, just even when you are going through those hard times, like, still do your best to be a light. Do your best. And just also think, okay, I don't believe that this is where it stops, like this is the end for me. No, and that, man, when I tell you that kept me going, when I tell you that kept me going at that preschool, okay, I was like, this is not the end for me. I'm not gonna be working here forever. I'm just waiting on God. Like when I tell you, woo. Okay, so yes, that taught me perseverance. Okay, and working at Chipotle in the preschool, that made me realize, hey, my work was not in vain because it brought me closer to God. It molded me. It planted seeds in me. It was forming me. So my work was not in vain. Okay. But if I was continue to, create the business and work for myself and have the intentions that I had, I don't believe that I'll be where I am now when it comes to, having the relationship that I have with God now, the things that I have learned, the wisdom and revelation that God has given me. I don't believe that I would have had that. So, when you decide to just be obedient to Christ, deny yourself and, put Christ in front of you and just focus on him. And like I said, be obedient and follow him. When I tell you, anything that you do after that will not be in vain. The work that you put in will not be in vain. It will be for him, you know. So after those 7 months, God has put my purpose in front of me, and that is teaching. Okay. Man, when I tell you, I really enjoy teaching. I am a new kindergarten teacher and I love my kiddos. Okay. I do, like, they're my own kids. I love them, you know. I am also the teacher of the gospel. I'm spreading the gospel here on YouTube, and I really, really, really enjoy it. I do. And, it's so crazy because before I decided that I wanted to be a business owner, I wanted to be a teacher and move up to a principal. But I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, and I was just thinking about the hard work that I was going to have to put in to get to there, all the schooling and all of that. And I was just like, oh, is this for me? And then dealing with other people's kids, I'm like, is this for me? And that's what led me out of teaching. And I was just so focused on the negative that I couldn't see the good in it. I just couldn't see how much I would love it. And now I see how much I love it. So it makes me want to go back to school and get my master's. It makes me want to become that principal again and, just go as high as I can with school teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do enjoy working with those kids and just how God molds us. Us teachers, we mold them, and I love that. Us teachers, we play a big role, honey. Okay. Don't sleep on us teachers now. Okay. So, yes, like, I really, really, really enjoy it. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. When we sit here and think that, oh, God doesn't know what I want, I'm not going to be happy with what he wants me to do. No, you're wrong. Okay. You're wrong, because God knows what we are meant to do. He formed us. So how can you sit here and tell him that he don't know what you want? What your heart really, really wants. And that's what he revealed to me. Like, I thought teaching wasn't going to be it for me. And then he put me into a classroom. I'm like, okay, wait, Lord, I think I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong. You do know what's best for me. You do know what deep my deep inner being wants to do, because you formed me, you created me. So I'm like, you know what? Now I'm just going to listen. Okay. I'm just going to listen. So, and I know that my purpose doesn't just stop there, with school teaching and just me talking on YouTube. I feel like he's going to take me farther, but, I'm not focused on the future and where that and what that is going to look like. I'm just focused on now just being a better teacher, school teacher and teacher of the gospel, and just do my best learning and learning more and just putting in more work. So in conclusion of this video, I just want to say that, hey, when you put your faith first, when you learn to really depend on God and be obedient to him and his will, the work that you put in afterward would not be in vain. It would be aligned with his will over your life. And the things that we do, it should we should want to bring glory to his name and not our name. That's one of the reasons why I did not put my name on this YouTube channel. I didn't say Kayla Spiritual Talks or KM, my initials, Spiritual Talk, because I don't want my name to be glorified. I want God's name to be glorified. We should want to save people and bring people closer to Christ. That should be our main goal in anything that we do. And that's what I realized, and from now on, like, I'm not doing anything that doesn't serve that, bringing glory to his name and saving people, so I'm just so thankful. Okay, I am just so thankful. Make sure that Oh, and that's another thing too. When you get closer to Christ, you know what's for you and what's not for you. You know what opportunities are for you, what opportunities are not for you. And that's a beautiful thing. That is such a beautiful thing, because he does give us free will. You know what I'm saying? But when you're aligned with Christ, y'all here, okay? Okay. You know what's for you and what's not for you. So just to end off the video, just do your best to work hard wherever God places you. You know what I'm saying? Big or small, do your best to find the joy. If it's if it's hard, do your best to find the joy and the good at what you're doing, and just be a light. Be a light wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something that you can learn in all circumstances. There's something that you can learn in every opportunity. So just think about it like that. Because God has helped me to, think of, the opportunities and where he places me now, to just see the good in it and what I can learn and how it's forming me and how he's preparing me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it doesn't stop right there for me, but he's preparing me for what's coming next. That's what he did when I was working actually, when I was in that 2-month process. He was preparing me for Chipotle, he was preparing me for the preschool, he was preparing me for being a new kindergarten teacher. And even me being a kindergarten teacher, it helped me to prepare me for now teaching the gospel on YouTube. So man, when I tell you, when you align yourself with Christ, your work, boo-boo, will not be in vain. Okay, so like I said, continue to put in the work. Be patient, be diligent. I think I said that right. Diligent. Oh, anyways, it's okay. Be diligent and be a light in this world. So you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you again.